Hello, MGTOW. Hello, men. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, are you ready? Are you ready for some Lady Gaga? Because nothing says smash mouth American football like Lady Gaga. And this is really about how female values permeate society and culture, how a gynocentric female worldview latches onto even the Super Bowl, the NFL. But before I get into that, let me say thank you to everybody who's been stopping by, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, even donating. I really appreciate it. And I really need you guys to subscribe to the channel because subscribers really are the life's blood to the channel for me. It gives me the positive feedback that I need to continue on what I do. And I'm producing regular MGTOW videos, usually more than one a day, about important social, political issues, insights into female nature, a positive male message, building men up in a gynocentric society that's trying to tear them down, talking about self-actualization, self-awareness, getting over the depression of being treated like a useless, disposable utility by a gynocentric system. So I need your subscriptions. I need you guys to go ahead and click on the subscribe, click on the notify button, and share my videos because it's an important message. So let me tell you what I want to talk about, because isn't it great? Lady Gaga at the Super Bowl. And I'll tell you what, I hope that all the cheerleaders, I mean the players, I hope they wear pink in support of some sort of LGBTQRST issue. And I hope that Lady Gaga sings songs about being inclusive and being an outcast in society and having a lot of contempt for society. And I hope that when they play the national anthem, I hope that some of the players that hate America, I hope that they kneel in their pink uniforms. Because nothing says smash mouth, never surrender, grind it out in the dirt, American football, like pink uniforms, ribbons, being disrespectful to those around you and having contempt for their values, even though you live under the grace of those values, right? Nothing says, nothing expresses your character but to have contempt for the very thing that supports you. Nothing shows a greater level of self-awareness than to be an ingrate and to complain endlessly and needlessly about things that not anybody's fault, that can't be changed, and that if you actually cared about, you'd actually do something about them rather than protest about them. I don't know, make a YouTube video. And I hope that there's lots of commercials, really thoughtful, expensive, high-level production, state-of-the-art advertising commercials. And I hope that they glorify the hell out of women's issues. And I hope that they express, just like the players and everything else, their contempt for the very thing that is supporting them. That would be men. And you know that they will. So I hope you're ready. You know that they will, because this is what they do. And I hope you don't think I'm picking on the NFL, because I love football. I do. It's a great game. And I really admire the players too. I really do. The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, the never surrender attitude. You can really see, the working together as a team, although they are individuals. You can really see the male spirit and male values expressed in the game of football. So isn't it great when female values take over and run the show? I mean, who are the cheerleaders? Who is the show? What is the show? Is the show the game and the players and their talents? Or is the show Lady Gaga and the halftime and the commercials and the news surrounding it and the media surrounding it? You know what else I like about it? Is the production, the media production, the behind the scenes, the backstory that they do on the players, and just the quality of the production, how they talk about all the charities and things like that. And I have no problem with that, but it's a super highly polished production as opposed to, and this is what we're used to, but imagine like if you were a fan and you had like a GoPro, and you were there with your friends and they had a GoPro and you were just having a great time, and you were going and getting some beers and getting some dogs and watching the game and cheering and dealing with the people, and you filmed that whole thing in, nice high resolution, and then you edited it and you uploaded it. That would be pretty cool. You know what I mean? It would be like your Super Bowl experience. And it wouldn't be, that high-end production that we're going to see, but it would still have its value. And, but if it were in competition with what the media is going to produce, you might be discouraged from, trying to put it out there. But people should do things like that. They should have value for the things that they do in their own life. And people will watch it. That's the whole thing. That's the point I want to make with that, is that we're interested in individual true stories and their experiences and what it's like, as opposed to what the producers want to tell us that we should feel and think about what we're seeing, so that the event becomes just an opportunity for manipulation, propaganda, political messages. And what we're looking at is the combination of advertising, marketing at the highest level, because this is where the ads are the most expensive, on television of all places, right? But it'll be all over the internet too, make no mistake. Different character of ad, though. The reason why I'm talking about this is because it's all about female values permeating these aspects of our society. So when you want to influence men psychologically and get them to buy things, and you want to, it's the most expensive ads in the world, you bring out the good stuff. You bring out the powerful, you bring out the big guns. So they know what they're doing. So these corporations are spending millions of dollars to produce these commercials and then get them in front of, the viewer's eyes. And they're going to be putting out messages like, hey, you men should be wearing pink and you should be inclusive towards LGBTQR people. I'm just adding in additional letters because by the time you hear this, there might be some additional group that needs, inclusion. And I don't want to get in trouble for not including their letter, right? Because who knows, that could get me in a lot of trouble, right? And the most important thing is that you're inclusive of all people's feelings and groups and things like that, isn't it? I mean, isn't that the most important thing? I wonder if Lady Gaga is going to sing some songs about feeling like an outcast and being resentful, like a rebellious, angry child condemning the world around her. Because she's got a lot to be unhappy about, doesn't she, ladies and gentlemen? Absolutely. Like, if you wanted to be one unhappy, I mean, what a hard time that girl has. What a difficult life. I mean, the poverty that she must have to live with, the degradation, the meaningless obscurity, and the futility that Lady Gaga must have to endure. So when she speaks out and she says, that the men around her are evil, see, that's the implication. Some of you are probably hearing this and thinking, oh, Lady Gaga doesn't do anything like that. She speaks out for, positive social change and things like that. True. That's not false. But the implication is, of course, that, the system and the men around her have perpetuated this system and therefore it's against them. That's what all of feminism and this protest industry is predicated on, the hatred of men. And what we're seeing and what we see is the permeation of female values throughout all aspects of our society. So much so that professional athlete will put on pink and a ribbon and go out there and behave in the manner that they behave. Another thing that's really fascinating is how strongly the left, feminism, these female gynocentric values have permeated such an area as the NFL and, sports entertainment industry. Because, where else is such a glorification of male ability, so that's why it's so funny, the idea of the players in their pink little cheerleader uniforms, and that the feminine causes and the advertisers' products, that's the real game. That's the real Super Bowl. And I'm sorry to say something like that because, I love the game and I love sports and I love competition and I love America. But I don't like what it becomes when our values are subverted. You understand what I mean? So any disaffected, upset, emotional millennial can stand up now at the halftime of the Super Bowl and say, I'm upset that my parents won't let me have a sex change operation to the sex I want, and then back to the original sex that I was, and then back to the sex change that I'd like to be. I'm oppressed, and the government won't pay for it. I'm oppressed. So I ask you, are you ready? But I hope it's going to be a good game, right? And I think Atlanta's going to win. I don't see how you can stop Ryan. I really don't. I mean, Tom Brady is Tom Brady. And see, I'm not really following the teams because I have a hard time, just consuming passive media. I do. So I just wanted to share this with you, and it really is kind of talking about some of the other things in my videos I've been talking about this week, right? So it's kind of like hammering that message home. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for now. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, donate, and join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to have more content for you. Enjoy the game, MGTOW.